Hi, today's recipe is Bouche de Noël or the Christmas log. And for recipe I'm gonna use half cup of flour, all-purpose, half cup of cocoa powder, the non-sweet one, half cup of granulated sugar, this one, the regular one, and 6 eggs in room temperature, 70 gram of butter melted, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, half teaspoon salt, and quarter teaspoon of baking soda. Now I have the pan. It's around 17 by 12 inch and the depth is around 1 inch. I'm gonna start with spraying the pan itself with the baking spray or vegetable oil. Use a brush if you don't have this spray. Then I'm gonna add the parchment paper, and it's a little bit larger than the pan itself because I want to cover the edges inside the pan. This will make the cake non-stick and very easy to remove after baking. Then on the parchment paper, another layer of the baking spray also with the whole pan and the edges like this. And I'm gonna use the brush. If you don't have a brush, just skip this step, no problem. The spray is enough. Or you can use a kitchen towel or a napkin. That's fine. As you can see, this is very important step, otherwise the cake will stick to the pan and you will get a disaster. Like that. So now in a bowl I'm gonna sift the dry ingredients all together. If you have time, sift it twice. Then I'm gonna crack the eggs into the bowl of the mixer. If you can't guarantee the quality of the egg, please just use another container or a smaller bowl to crack one egg each time. In this case, if there's a ruined egg, you can just throw it without affecting the whole batch. And the eggs should be in the room temperature, not cold. Then the vanilla extract. I'm gonna add the sugar now all together and into the mixer. High speed is preferred. As you can see, by time it gets fluffier and the color is lighter right now. Here you go, it's around triple the size and it's like very light yellow. Now at this point I'm gonna reduce the speed to minimum and I'm gonna add a little bit of the dry ingredients mixture like this. I'm using the 4th cup measurements. You can use a spoon, no problem. Then little bit of the melted butter. Then again some of the dry ingredients, followed by a new batch of melted butter. You can adjust the speed, don't go high, like this. So on till the amounts are finished of the flour and cocoa powder mixture and the melted butter. As you can see, it's very crucial to sift the ingredients because you don't want any crumbs of the cocoa powder inside the dough or the batter. You will help by scraping the edges of the bowl like this to make sure that all the ingredients incorporated nicely, and continue. Now again till the whole amount is done. We can melt the butter in the microwave slowly, like 20 seconds each time. Don't forget about it, it will burn. And as you can yeah, we need a spatula to scrape all the butter down. Nice butter I got. Few minutes. It's very nice now. That's enough. We don't want to over knead or mix. I'm just giving it a nice stir to make sure that there is no crumbles. And now the powder will go into the pan. And of course the oven is already preheated on 350 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the lower temperature my oven goes. If you have lower than this, don't hesitate to use it. Now with the spatula I will help the batter to distribute nicely all over with the exact same thickness all over the pan. If I find some crumbs, nothing wrong with that, I will just loosen it, and nicely I will hit the pan against the counter to get even level. Now I will bake this in the oven. It will take around 8 to 10 minutes, depends on the oven itself. Now after that, as you can see, it's done. I can check with a toothpick. It should comes out clean, so I know it's done. And directly to a cooling rack and let cool completely before rolling it up. Meanwhile, I'm gonna make some melted chocolate for the bark of the log. I melted this one in the microwave 20 seconds each time, then taking out the container, stir, then if it needs more I will put it back in the microwave. You don't want to burn the chocolate. I'm using my favorite one, the dark chocolate. You can use any kind, milk chocolate, white chocolate, anything you prefer, with mint, with orange, doesn't matter, any flavor. So on a parchment paper I'm gonna spread using this spatula. What if I don't have this one? No problem, I can use any spatula or knife, for example. This is better though. Anyway, just find a way to spread the chocolate evenly on the parchment paper in one nice thin layer. I'm making this as a decoration, like the bark of the tree or the Christmas log. As you can see, I'm spreading all over the parchment paper, and then I will let it cool down completely, or I'll put it in the fridge. Now for the cake, I have this clean kitchen towel which is slightly wet. You can spray it with water, or you can spray some water on top of it, or you can soak it then squeeze it very well. Then I'm gonna add, like you can see in the video, some cocoa powder as a non-stick layer to help the cake to roll nicely without sticking to the cloth itself. If you are baking a vanilla cake, you can add confectioner's sugar or powdered sugar instead. Depends on the kind of the cake. So now the messy part. 1, 2, 3. Here you go. Very nice. The parchment paper and the spray really helps me. Now remove the parchment paper and start to roll up the cake with the towel inside it. Don't worry about that. It's a very important step, as you can see. And just fold the edges. This will go in a straight plate like that to the fridge, like for 4 hours or overnight. Same for the chocolate now, kind of dry. I left it outside, so it took me 45 minutes to harden, but you can put in the fridge or even in the freezer for 10 minutes and that will be fine also. I'm gonna roll up the parchment paper with the chocolate like that to get the shape of the bark, kind of. Just be creative for the decoration. Now I have this plate here. I'm gonna start to collect the log, the Bûche de Noël together. So this is my cake the next day. As you can see, very nice. It's very normal to find some cracks. Don't panic to see it. Even the professional bakers have these cracks on the sponge or the cake. So I'm using the meringue buttercream that you can find the link in the description box to see this recipe also on my channel. And you can add any filling, by the way. You can curd, you can use custard, you can use even the very simple jam, strawberry, apricot. Any filling will just be fine. You can mix some heavy cream with chocolate and just use the wire attachment to whipping the cream. I'm gonna spread the buttercream all over the cake nicely, and then I'm gonna roll the cake, but without the towel this time, with the goodness of the cream, like this. Can you see the crack? Yes, it is, but it's from inside, so no one can tell. As you can see, just slightly push down while you are moving towards the end of the cake. And here you go, no cracks on top, so this is a success. Now to the pan or my tray, I just put some cocoa powder. This color is very nice as a bark. You can keep it like this. As you can see, the chocolate dough or butter, it looks like a tree already. So you can now add some, the branches for the log. I'm gonna cut piece and I will see where to put the branch of the log. I'm gonna try here, maybe. There is no rules, up maybe, but I feel it's more stable to keep it on the pan. I'm not a professional baker, so I'm trying my best to do something special for my family this Christmas, and I would like to share the recipe with you. From the other side, so this is a log already, nice color. To stick the branches, I will use the buttercream itself as a glue. Then press against the log. The other branch, the same. As you can see, we have two branches. Now we will cover the log with the buttercream. But first I want to get darker color, so I'm gonna add some melted chocolate to the rest of my meringue buttercream, like that. Any amount of chocolate is welcome. Now we will cover the log with the buttercream. As you can see, this is the result. So now with last touches, to adjust everything, and we have to imitate the natural log. So with the back of a teaspoon, I'm gonna draw some lines here, and I will make a circle or like an oval shape like you find on trees. And also over the other branch, same thing. It looks like there was a branch here and it was removed. Now the bark. This is my chocolate after like half an hour on the fridge. You can put it in the freezer for best result. As you can see, it's bark already. I'm gonna just drop on the cake randomly. And you can see the contrast between the colors, light and dark chocolate color. Just a few pieces here and there, and on the tray. To look natural. This is the log. Continue adding. Any kind of chocolate will be delicious. As I've mentioned, this is the dark one. I prefer dark chocolate, so I'll put some amount here, and the rest will be my snack with my cup of coffee. I don't know who can resist the chocolate. I don't think that there is any human being doesn't like chocolate or love chocolate. So this is my log now. We will continue the decoration. Now it's Christmas, so we need snow. This is powdered sugar, and let it snow. I will try to cover the tray, the silver part of the tray, and this will make the chocolate color appears in a beautiful way, like this. And now I have to add something on top. You can add any Santa figures or reindeers, Christmas trees. I've made these. It's made of melted chocolate with some sprinkles like this. This is the star, using a lollipop stick. So this is also homemade decoration and edible. And also on the branch I'm gonna stick another small white golden Christmas tree like this. The kids will fight over these, I'm sure about that. And this is the Christmas log, Bûche de Noël. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.